Let's go. Break it down. Break it down.
What up, G.E.T.O fam?
What up?
Okay.
So we're fresh out the trenches. Well, not fresh. We've been on for like, an hour or so.
Right.
But we gotta go work out. So don't judge us, because judging me. But, so today's discussion is...
We'll give it a topic later, but basically,
One of them days this week,
we posted a video, just a little snippet. What if your dreams are waiting on you? And this is just an extension of that.
Yeah. What if you're the one that you've been waiting for? And if you haven't, go check out the song by Andy Mineo called Nobody's Coming. Because this is kind of where we got the reference from. And you know how God just be giving you revelations in the midst of...
Right.
Like, he just slapped me with a revelation of what stuff happened. Like, today, I told my niece to keep her trash. And hold on to her own trash. And this genius... Hold on to your own trash.
That was a whole
Your
metaphor. Like, keep your junk. Stop trying to give it to everybody else.
But
that's a whole other video.
So, yeah.
Right. So that song, the reason why the topic came so clear, because remember I told you after we did that little clip, I was like, dang, I keep getting slapped in the face. Like, dang.
With this song.
I keep hearing the lyrics in my head. And
I might just have to be what I never had for me. Because we waiting for somebody else to do it for us. We waiting for somebody else to come apologize to us. We waiting for things that we just gonna have to keep on waiting for because it ain't gonna never come. So if you don't get to that point to where I'm done waiting, I'm not gonna wait on them no more. I'm not gonna wait for them to come back to me and apologize for every wrong that they've done or for cutting me off in traffic. Nobody's coming.
Nobody's coming. Like, nobody's coming to save you. And as much as we're giving out this information, like, we soaking it in ourselves. Because it's a daily revelation.
And we ain't got to tell y'all that because it's our business, but
I felt like the need to. Because if I'm telling you something, I need to be soaking in the same information. Because it's a constant reminder that I got gifts inside of me and I'm not activating on them. And it's true to this day.
Let's not talk about it.
No,
girl, let's stick to the topic because we're going to...
The topic is still going to be in the essence of everything. Oftentimes we're waiting on all of the pieces of the puzzle to come together. Oh, that's deep for me because how many times we said we was gonna start stuff and then we like, dang, we gotta have this piece. I know, especially for me, like I gotta have this, I gotta have that. Like even starting this YouTube channel, we need to have cameras, we need to have mics, we need to have all of this stuff. We need to have a place so the kids won't aggravate us. And this is like, dang, we had to get slapped in the face a few times and be like,
right.
What if it's just waiting on you? Like,
right, because
it's literally waiting on you.
Sorry, not sorry. I gotta be a little dramatic sometimes. That's just me. But because we was talking about mics for the longest. It's like, oh, it has to project, it has to sound good, it has to like echo and sound like everybody else's video. Because I want it to sound like their podcast, and I want it to take off like their podcast,
exactly.
Or I want it to take off like their YouTube channel. Baby, you're not them, and then that's you.
Mm-mm.
So stop waiting. Stop trying to be like everybody else. Yes, you want it to be perfect. But did the Lord choose perfect people?
Perfectly imperfect.
That sounds like you jacked up to me when you say perfectly imperfect. But it's like, and I'm the one that's going to bring up God. And is and will and going to keep doing.
Throughout the whole thing.
I'm going to bring them up. We kept talking about mics. We kept wanting it to sound and look like everybody else's stuff. Yes, we had our own dreams, visions, and goals. But when you look at how other people's stuff looks, you start comparing, you start coveting, you start wanting what other people got. And God, like, you got everything you need. What you need is in the house. What you need is what you have. So use what you got. Use what I gave you. Other than that, you just gonna keep on waiting, because what if God said, I can't send it until you use what you got? Yeah. So all this time, it's in a locker box. It's in a locker room, locked up somewhere, and you can't get access to it because you haven't accessed what you already have.
We had to get slapped in the face a few times this year, just be like, y'all already got what y'all need. Like, even our safe house family, like, when she said everything you need is in the house, like, bruh, when you hear the topics and it's just like, everything you need, you already got it. You just have to activate on it. And when you hear that, you just be like, you know, you kind of let it pass by, and then you hear it again. You let it pass by, and then you hear it again. Like, dang, like God, like, bro, how many times I'm gonna have to tell you?
Right.
Like, I told you this already.
And you just gotta ask for it. Like, you see it there. Sometimes people have what you need, but the thing is, you just gotta open your mouth and ask for it. We don't want to ask because we're afraid they're gonna say no. We don't want to ask because it's a possibility that it just might work. They just might say yes. And then I feel like, oh, I got to do so much to repay them. Sometimes they just wait for you to open your mouth and ask for it.
Right.
And there's nothing, no expenses or no cost involved in it. You don't have to give me nothing. I was just waiting for you to open your mouth because you have not, because you ask not. A closed mouth don't get fed. You ain't going to get it and you ain't going to eat until you open your mouth.
Exactly.
Tell me, who can eat with their mouth closed? You want to try it? Ain't nothing gonna get in there.
If you just sound like a phone vibrator.
Ain't nothing gonna get in there. Open your mouth.
Right. And oftentimes we use the excuse that we waiting on God. Oh, I'm just waiting on God. I'm gonna see what He gonna do. It said faith without works is dead. And in this season, I'm like, okay, faith without works is dead. So if you're not doing nothing, you still waiting on God. God, like, I'm waiting on you. I got all this stuff right here that I want to give you. But you keep talking about you waiting on me. In order for me to bless you, you have to give me something to work with.
Ooh, give me this. What a scripture at? The men with talents. It was 3 men. Some of y'all are familiar with this story. And he gave one many talents. Another one had a few of them, and then another one had like 1 or 2. And so the one, I don't know exactly how many talents they had, but one of them went out and multiplied his talents. The other one went out and multiplied his talents. The last one saved and stored his talents, and it didn't increase. So he did not invest. He did not look out and ask for help or try to push his product. He waited and waited until the master came back, and dude got slapped across the head so hard. He like, bro, what you doing? You literally stored this in the ground. You did not invest. You didn't put your seed nowhere to reproduce. These other 2 dudes reproduced. But you ain't give me nothing. You thought putting it in the savings account. You thought keeping your invention to you, keeping it to yourself, or not asking for help was going to help benefit anybody. It wasn't going to help benefit nobody, not even yourself. Because you put your talent in the ground, your $5, your $100, or the clothes that you wanted to give to somebody. You held on to them, and it didn't bless nobody.
Exactly.
It did not increase because you kept your mouth closed. You ain't let nobody know you was selling something. You ain't let nobody know you was doing videos. You ain't let nobody know you was washing cars.
Right, because this is so many times I done sold plates, and I told a few close people, maybe wouldn't even post it, and I'm like, dang, as I speak this, conviction hits as well. Like, I'm not just gonna tell y'all this and I'm not getting convicted. Like, God done gave me all these gifts, but like, what is it worth me just wearing them and like, ooh, look at this. Look at this gift. Look at this gift that I got. But I'm not using it. And then I look at somebody else and they have the same gift I got, but they're using it. I can't get mad because they're using it and they're operating in their gift. Oftentimes we do that. We get mad because somebody is operating in their gift. And God gave us the same gift. It may be a better gift. It may be subpar. But it's your fault if you're not activating on what He gave you. He gave you something different. So it's up to you to be able to activate on that.
And on top of that, even if you share the same gift with somebody,
right?
Their crowd is their crowd. Your crowd is your crowd. So both of y'all can be selling ankle lotion, toe lotion.
We need all that.
Water. You can find somebody that's selling the same exact thing. But the thing is, what makes the product different is the seller.
That part. What you have to offer that is different from somebody else. And going back to, we always putting limits on ourselves. And not just put a limit on yourself, you put a limit on God. You telling Him what He can't do with the gift He gave you. Yeah.
Telling people, God wouldn't do this. God ain't gonna do that. God would never. And God like, Ninja, who told you to vouch for me? Let me speak for myself. Because the last time I checked, my ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are greater than your thoughts. He uses the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. So, how dare you say what God wouldn't do when he used a prostitute, when he used mud and spit to heal a blind man. Make it make sense. Who uses mud and spit to heal a blind man?
Because somebody would have did that now, you'd be like, I'd rather stay blind. You ain't finna put no mud or no spit in my, we ain't doing that.
Like, sir, you putting your saliva on me?
I don't know who you been kissing.
But it worked. So who are you to say what he wouldn't do? When he just did it?
Another thing is how you sleep on yourself. You get mad when other people are sleeping on you. Family, friends, colleagues, like dang.
Why they ain't supporting me?
Right. They sleeping on you. They sleeping on your gift. Like maybe they knew you knew how to do this because they only seen you do it. But you like, dang, I don't really got faith that I can do this because I don't have no support system. It's good to have a support system. It's great to have a support system because that helps push you forward. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world. Because sometimes the people that are not directly related to you by blood will support you more than the ones you are related to. Or makes you family is not blood. Trust me.
Because I got spiritual sisters, baby.
We know. We got spiritual families. And we closer to them than we closer to the real ones.
And sometimes they don't want to support you because they don't want to see you succeed. Because they haven't seen themselves succeed. So I don't want you to make it before me. When I make it first, then I support you. So then I can say I helped you get there.
Exactly.
And then sometimes people stop supporting your gift because maybe if you a cook, sometimes they might come and ask you, can you make this for me?
Girl, stop coming for me.
And then you be like, I'm good. So then they be like, well, she gonna tell me no, so I ain't gonna ask her no more because I done asked like 10 times. And she gonna tell me no, so I can't support your gifts no more because every time I come to you, you always telling me no. Nah, I don't sell plates. I don't be cooking for people. I just cook at home. But God, like, I'm sending people your way to support your gift.
Right.
I told y'all.
I'm hitting conviction right now.
Shoot.
It's in real life.
So for my birthday.
Right, you got all to be simple. And why she saying that? And I'm like, dang, you sleeping on your gift. And you like, God, I'm waiting on you. But God like, no, I'm waiting on you because I have what you want. I have what you want. I've been had what you wanted. So it's like, you got this. But what if, I'm gonna say me, what if me cooking is what people have been waiting for? Like, God waiting on me to cook. And this is gonna answer somebody's long-awaited prayer. Like, you've been waiting on me to do this, and you've been praying for God. God, send me a meal. God, send me something good, or whatever it may be. But he like, I've been waiting on you to do it. And when you finally do it, you don't know how much it's going to bless that other person. You don't know how much it's going to bless that other family or whatever God has for you. Like, what if what you've been waiting for is stopping somebody else from receiving the blessing that they've been praying for all these years? That hit me like a ton of bricks.
Girl, because I don't be wanting to cook. Like, I know I got to cook in the family. What I'm cooking for? That ain't my calling.
But it's like, what if the keys are literally in your hand? The keys been in your hand. You've been waiting on somebody else to come drive you, but you have these keys to go get in this car and drive yourself, but you waiting on somebody else to get in this car and drive you.
I don't even want to do hypotheticals no more. Ain't no what if. It is. You got the key to the Maybach. You got the key to the Benz. You got the key to the Ferrari. You maybe even got the keys to the Honda and the Toyota. God doggy, you may not want all that fancy stuff.
Or to meet me.
You may not want no foreign car. You might want to meet me.
And meet me this little cars if you don't know, like Mini Coopers and anything small. Meet me, smart cars.
But you got the keys. Thing is, you never used them.
Right.
You never went to the parking lot or down to wherever you park your car at and decided to use that key to see which one of these doors gonna open. Because I got a key and it gotta work for something. So which house, which business is this gonna unlock? You got a master key. Which one is it gonna unlock? Oh, you ain't gonna never find out because you ain't never took the time to use the key. And the thing is, it got an alert button on it. So if you push the button, it's gonna show you what belongs to you.
Oh.
So when you push that, me, you gotta follow the sound.
Say push the button. Push the goddamn button.
You gotta follow the sound. Push the button, follow the sound. You gonna find it.
Ooh. I'm gonna say these lyrics one more time.
I might just have to be
what
I ain't never had for me.
Like,
What if you're the one you've been waiting for?
I might have to be what I've never had for me. So if your mother wasn't it, your daddy wasn't it, your grandma, your grandpa, whoever raised you, or family or friends or colleagues, if they never were what you needed, it's waiting on you. You might have to be what you never had for you. Entrepreneurship may not run in your family, but that is for you. Millions and billions may not have run in your family, may have never ran into you. It's yours now. It's yours.
And just imagine when you unlock it. Ooh.
Clear your throat.
When you unlock it, it's going to open up the doors of everybody else in your family who decided not to open up theirs. They got blessings stored up. And God, like, since they didn't receive it, what's the point of letting it run over and stay stuck in here? Like, I don't need no back storage. I need everything that I got in heaven to be down there on earth. I don't need no storage unit. I don't want nothing inside of my storage. I want to release everything. So if one of these kids just get it right and use the key that I gave them, because their grandparents didn't use it, because their parents didn't use it, I need somebody to open this door. I need somebody to tap into their inner self, their inner workings. I need somebody to tap into me and be like, dang, God, this what you meant by abundance? Dang, God, this what you meant by the windows?
Said abundance, because I was just about to say that word.
It's crazy how, like, this what you meant by opening up the windows of heaven and pouring me out a blessing that I don't have room enough to receive. If I ain't got room enough to receive, I'm drowning in it.
That means I'm finna give it to somebody.
That means overflow is running over, and whoever's standing around gonna get touched by it. Whoever's standing around gonna get blessed by it. They gonna receive too. Because it ain't just for me, because what's the point of having it all for yourself?
For you to be miserable?
That's greedy.
It's scary. Because you're doing things that you've never seen. We're going through it right now.
Right. This is scary, because when we first talked about this, both our parents was like, they was iffy about it. They don't know. A lot of them still
don't think it's gonna go as far as you think it is.
Right.
What you gonna do? Record one of those little YouTube videos again?
Some people don't think that your idea is gonna work, but that's the whole reason why it's your idea and not theirs. That's the whole reason why I gave it to you. God gave it to you and not them. Because he knew that they would have the mentality that they have, and he knew that you was like, you know what? I don't care what these N-words say. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna do God. Whatever God told me to do, I'm gonna listen to it. If God said go for it, I'm gonna go for it, because it's a reason why. And even if it just touched a few people, God, there's a reason why you wanted me to touch these souls. There's a reason why you wanted me to make this video, and then somebody's like, you know what? I'm so glad you did that, because I was at the brink of committing suicide, and your video just saved my life. I was about to go shoot up my baby daddy house, and your video just saved my life. I was about to strangle my baby mama. Jesus. But your video just saved her life. Talk about it. But obedience.
Right. We have to do the uncomfortable. Like right now is, if you've never known anything else, now is the season of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you want to get out of your comfortable situation, you have to be uncomfortable. Right now we're in that phase. Well, it ain't always gonna feel good. You ain't always gonna agree with your best friends, and you've been friends since y'all was born or since high school or whatever. Y'all may not stay friends because you're on a different journey. I noticed that people are falling off when you elevate. When you don't want to do certain things no more, they not calling no more. They not texting no more. They not gonna do all that.
But they call that if you don't want to involve yourself in low-level conversations anymore, where you just talking about gossiping about other people or what somebody didn't do or what somebody did or who died and who got shot and what happened at the club and
such and such look good at the funeral, didn't it?
Like, if you don't want to listen to their bull crap, they won't reach out to you anymore. And then sometimes we're like, oh, well, maybe I can indulge in it a little bit. For what? What is it doing for you?
At all.
Why are you listening? Just to gossip back, and at the end of the day, it's like, if you're changing, if you don't want to hear it no more, that's letting you know that you're changing. That's letting you know that, okay, where is this getting me? I've been doing this for years, and it's not benefiting me, my kids, my pocket, the way I live. I'm just staying stuck and listening to other people bullcrap and carrying other people away. Because once they gossip, once they call your phone and you listening to it, now you become an asset to the crime. Now you become responsible for what you just heard.
Exactly. Because you're now accountable. You're accountable because if you hadn't heard the information, then you have an excuse to say, I didn't know that. But once you hear the information, it's just like when you go to church. Oh, I done told you that this was bad because I showed you proof in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
But if you continue going forward, then you're liable. You liable for everything that happens after that. You might just have to be what you never had. For me, I can go back as young as a teenager.
Yeah. Cause me, I was different as a child. Like, I wasn't a big hoe. And I wasn't a ho-ho. Like, I just, like, yeah, can't too many people say much about me. But I was for some other people what they didn't have in their siblings. Like, I was the one where, look, you can't convince me to do what you're doing. That only happened to me probably once or twice growing up with my cousin. But when I got into, I believe, middle or high school, people weren't able to persuade me or convince me to do what they were doing. They can't convince me to sneak out. Like, a lot of my friends, the only person that could convince me to sneak out was my cousin. But then after that, nobody else can convince me to sneak out of my mama's house. Nobody else can convince me to go have sex for a tattoo or go drink liquor underage. Like, nobody can convince me to smoke.
Not a tattoo.
Like, nobody can convince me to do none of that stuff because I had my own mind and I was too afraid of God. And another thing is I was too afraid of judgmental Christians. That's what I feared the most, was other people judging me and making a name for me that I really didn't have. I was just worried about what other people would think about me because I was the Christian girl. Everybody knew me as the churchy girl, the Christian girl. Still know me like that now. But the thing is, now I'm more wiser with my churchiness.
Right. Not miserable.
Right. But I had to be that for myself because I didn't have it at home. Like, and my sister, she wasn't there. Like, I didn't have that big sister I wanted back then. Like, now we just think, I don't know if we think it's thieves, but I ain't stealing nothing. But, like, it's just, and some of the things you never think about until you're exposed to it. Like, nobody ever thought about, you would never think, oh, I really want a big sister until you've seen somebody else have a big sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like, until you start longing for certain things. Oh, I really wish I could have conversations with my mom. Sometimes you don't long for it until you see another child with their mom talking about it. Like, dang, I wish me and my mama could talk like that.
Right, because we wasn't never like
we was okay
the trio.
with that.
Like, we was like straight. I mean, y'all was more closer than we was.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there. That's like a whole nother topic, and we're gonna talk about how we became close for those sisters.
Yeah, but she had a baby. But we'll say that for another day. That's the starting point.
Just go put all my business out there like that.
That's the starting point.
Whatever. Anyway,
you heard it here first, people.
But listen, I didn't know about sex. I didn't know about periods. I didn't know about boys. As far as like, I didn't learn that information from my parents. So I might just have to be what I never had for me. I had to be that for my daughters because they're growing up now, and I have to have these conversations with them that I was never able to have with my parents. Right. Because of whatever they had going on. But I was never taught these things, so luckily I wasn't the child that was like, oh, let me figure it. Wasn't like I wasn't out there trying to search and like, let me figure it out.
Yeah, because she only had one boyfriend, real.
Whatever. I learned.
I done had a few of them, but she only had one. Like,
I learned from other people's
mistakes.
I learned from other people's mistakes. I was a little bit more conservative.
And I learned from both, mine and theirs.
Like, I was the type that like learned from other people's mistakes, and the few people that I was close with, it was the same way. We wasn't not thought and squatting and that type of stuff. But learning from other people's mistakes helped me avoid a lot of mistakes. And I'm learning that being a mother of 3 daughters, one son who I did not have to birth, but he mine. But I'm teaching them things that and we're having conversations that I'm glad that they're comfortable talking to me about. I was never comfortable. I was never given the platform to have that type of conversations with my parents. Still to this day, goddamn. We ain't never had like boyfriend and girlfriend talk like if a boy come to you and da 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 da.
I mean, it's too late now, nigga. You married.
I know. I'm just saying. We still can't talk. Like I can't even go to you to get that advice because look, bruh. But I have to be what I never had for me.
That's deep.
It is. I have
and
to
then
be.
How can you be that if you were never exposed to it?
Right.
Like you have to do your own soul searching, and like you literally have to learn and take from other people what you see them doing, even with social media, even with different platforms like TV shows. You have to learn. Some people create a fairy tale in their head because of
especially on social media. Take the meat and spit out bones.
Yeah, you gotta, because a lot of people flex on it.
They filter through all that BS, because that's what it is.
Because behind the scenes, it's not always glamorous. It's just, okay, action, cut, get on my face. Like, it looks pretty. And so we don't have enough discernment to be able to tell. It's, I want relationship goals, business goals. You got goals that somebody else put in front of you that may not be the truth. Now, it could be a great example because, yes, you're supposed to strive for good things, positive things, but it doesn't always come wrapped in gold foil or coated in gold or silver, because some people like silver more than gold.
Right, 24 karat gold.
Girl.
Whatever. Y'all can have that. Take it like a grain of salt. But at the end of the day, it's scary. It's uncomfortable. But you have to be what you've never had for yourself.
Right, because even...
I ain't even gonna say might. Like, you have to be what you never had for you, especially if you want to get out of whatever situation you're in.
Especially if you got kids.
That part.
But like, even this video today, we had to be what we never had for us. And you can repeat that, put it on repeat, because procrastination will try to keep hitting you with comfort and other things that will cause you to stay stagnant, stay still, to make you stay stuck. We're gonna procrastinate because we should have put out a video yesterday. When procrastination comes, then that laziness comes, and it's like, oh, I don't want to do it.
And then that KFC juicy chicken nuggets, they came.
Cause I wanted to take a whole nap, like not a half a nap. I wanted to take a whole nap, but then it went away once we got in the truck and drove over here. So be better than what you had.
Right. Even with working out. I gotta be what I never had for me. Like, did we ever see them working out? No! Come on!
What was health?
What was health?
I don't even think we ever had. No, we had strawberries in the house.
We had fruit, girl. We had vegetables.
I know we had a lot of watermelon.
Like, oh my God. I'm telling you, when I tell you the thing just hit me, I say, look, as I'm talking about it,
we never talked about. The only thing we talked about as far as finances in the house was tithing. That's all I remember.
And all the other church
or
asking that didn't go nowhere.
Or asking for $1 or $5 or some change to go to the store just to buy a snack.
That's when snacks was cheap.
We knew more about offering and time than we knew about financial literacy.
That's a breakdown word. Offering.
We knew more about offering and time than we knew about saving money, investing money. So we had to put ourselves in a place to where we wanted to be. Put ourselves around people that inspired us to be that person we wanted to be, because we didn't have it in our community. We didn't have it in our family. We didn't have it in our household. So life gotta get better than this, right? Okay, so let's put ourselves around people that are like-minded, that want to do better and not just talk better.
Shout out to @our_safe house family for real, spiritually and naturally, and God's Way Travel Ministry, because them the people who are pushing us forward, pushing us through correction, pushing you. I don't care how you feel. You might not like what I got to say, but you're going to hear it and I stand correct because I'm speaking through love, not hate. Shout out to those people because they family for real. We love y'all. If anybody told you today, we love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And you know what? Be the best for you on purpose. Caps, all caps, on purpose. Be the best for you that you can be. Because we always try to be the best we can be for everybody else. Be the best you can be for you first. On purpose. All caps.
You keep forgetting about yourself because you're worried about everybody else. Why keep putting you on the back burner, and then a year from now, you still looking at those same people, texting your phone, asking for favors, and you keep putting your dreams and your goals on pause and on hold because I gotta make everybody else happy. I gotta be the one. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. And God, like, you chose this life for you, and you are reaping the results of what you planted and what you've been doing all these years. I think you want to dig up those seeds and dig up the roots, and then let me refresh you.
Exactly. Again, I tell you, we're no experts in any way, shape, or form.
Disclaimer.
We learning just like y'all learning.
I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a preacher.
I'm not a preacher. I am a minister in some kind of sense.
Right.
I don't have any credentials. I am accredited by God.
Mm-hmm.
That's all the accreditation I need. Is that a word, accreditation? It's gonna be today. But I don't need y'all approval. I don't need y'all to accept me. And y'all can fact check all y'all want to. I don't care. Mind your business, ain't your daddy's.
It might benefit you to mind your business.
The only business I'm in is in mine.
Hey, stay lit.
Stay live.
Stay focused.
And